If you have experienced failure recently and are feeling sad or dejected, I want you to know that you are not alone. Everyone experiences failure at some point in their lives. Take failure as a natural part of life. Everyone experiences it at some point. It can be discouraging and disappointing, but it is important to remember that failure is not the end. It is also not a reflection on your worth as a person, nor is it the opposite of success. It is simply a learning experience, a stepping stone to success and future. You can choose to learn from your failures and grow from your experiences. You can also choose to not give up on your dreams, even after you have failed once or twice. The important thing is to learn from it and keep moving forward. There are many different reasons why people fail. Sometimes, we fail because we do not have the necessary skills or knowledge. Other times, we fail because we make mistakes. And sometimes, we fail because of factors beyond our control. No matter what the reason, it is important to learn from our failures. We can do this by reflecting on what happened, identifying the areas where we need to improve, and developing a plan to avoid making the same mistakes in the future. The most successful people in the world have all failed at something at some point. What matters is how you respond to failure. Do you let it defeat you? Or do you learn from it and keep moving forward? Remember the journey of sports star Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan is widely considered to be the greatest basketball player of all time. But even he failed many times before he achieved his success. He missed game-winning shots, he lost games, and he even got cut from his high school basketball team. But he never gave up, and he eventually became one of the most successful athletes in history. I quote here his own words. "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." Here is another quote from Henry Ford. "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." These words of wisdom from great men remind us that failure is not something to be ashamed of. It is something that everyone experiences. The important thing is to learn from our failures and move on. So, how to deal with failure in life? I know it is not easy. Here are some tips on how to deal with it to lessen some pressure off your mind. 1. Be kind to yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't beat yourself up over it. 2. Allow yourself to feel your emotions. It is okay to feel disappointed, angry, or even embarrassed after you fail. Don't try to suppress your emotions. Allow yourself to feel them, and then move on. 3. Talk to someone you trust. It can be helpful to talk to a friend, family member, therapist, or other trusted person about what you're going through. 4. Focus on the positive. Even though you failed, there are probably still some positive things that you can take away from the experience. For example, you may have learned a new skill, gained new knowledge, or made new connections. 5. Identify what went wrong. Once you have had a chance to process your emotions, take some time to reflect on what went wrong. What could you have done differently? Once you understand what went wrong, you can start to develop a plan to avoid making the same mistakes in the future. 6. Learn from your mistakes. Failure is the best teacher. When you fail, you have an opportunity to learn from your mistakes and improve. Take some time to think about what you learned from your failure and how you could apply that knowledge to your next attempt. 7. Don't give up. Failure is not the end of the world. It is simply a setback. Don't let failure discourage you from pursuing your goals. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep trying. Hope these 7 steps will charter your journey to a positive direction, and you will be able to overcome any doubts about your ability to achieve success very soon. You have understood that failure and success go hand in hand. Failure teaches us valuable lessons about ourselves and our abilities, as also help us in identifying our weaknesses and areas where we need to improve as individuals. In conclusion, I would advise that never ever consider failure as the end of life. Accept it as a natural part of the learning process, and that is how we grow and improve. Don't be afraid to fail. Embrace failure as an opportunity to learn, grow, and move on. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep trying, and eventually you will succeed.